Hey guys, I just wanted to do my review for the Arrow Season 4 finale titled Schism. Now, it continues from right where the last episode left off. Damien Dark shows up at Felicity's Law. He knocks Curtis out with his telekinesis and threatens to kill Felicity's mom by draining her life force if he doesn't reactivate Rubicon. But then, of course, Team Arrow shows up, and Oliver tries to fire one of his explosive arrows at Damien Dark, but he fails to do so. But it doesn't work. It just basically is able to stop it midair. It explodes, and the explosion disintegrates. And then more ghosts come in to ambush the rest of the team. Felicity comforts her mom during the firefight until Thea shows up, threatening to stab Dark's daughter with an arrow if she tries to kill Oliver, which he's using as trying to suck out his life force as well. And so Dark retreats, but not before he was able to steal the computer that with the anti-Rubicon system on it. They go back to the Arrow Cave to regroup, and Oliver says that the hope that from Felicity wasn't enough to counteract Dark's magic, and it turns out that they were able to use a GPS to track the computer to Dark's high location, but it turns out the headquarters, the GPS was left there, but they see on the screen that 15,434 nuclear missiles have been launched, and everybody's panicking. Felicity sends Quentin and Donna to a fallout shelter outside of Star City. Thea's the only one who hasn't given up hope. Lila tries to send Argus men to apprehend Damien Dark, even ignoring Oliver's warning saying that he's too powerful, and they all end up listening to the audio of Damien Dark killing them, which is just basically gunfire, them screaming as they're dying. And then, of course, when they're trying to track down Cooper, more ghosts show up at the Arrow Cave and just basically start gunning them down. And it's not until Malcolm shows up and it's Malcolm of all people who shows up to help, just because he doesn't want the world to be nuked either, and the Ark's been destroyed, and so there's no safe place to hide. And ultimately, it leads to Curtis is able to recover and tell Oliver that how he was inspired by the speech he made during the season premiere at the Green Arrow about, even in spite of Star City not being the ideal place to live after 3 terrorist attacks, his speech is what convinced him to stay. And Curtis is the one that ends up inspiring a little bit of hope in Oliver. Day takes to the streets while everybody in Star City is rioting, stands on top of a taxi cab and is able to get everybody's attention, saying, we've been through the tough times, this is our home, we've survived 3 terrorist attacks, we're going to survive this. And what helps drive the speech home is that the missile that's incoming to Star City, Felicity and Curtis are able to reroute it and just basically cause it to, I don't know what happens to it. I guess it sends it off somewhere where it doesn't detonate anywhere, which makes you wonder why wasn't she able to do that with the Haven in the Monument two episodes ago. And then of course Damien Dark takes to this, and basically there's a huge street battle in which Oliver's trying to, it's between Oliver, the citizens of Star City who come to back him up when Damien Dark has the advantage in the fight, as well as versus Damien Dark and the Ghost. And Overwatch and Lila come and join in the fight. It's the hope from the entire city that's able to that Dark's magic no longer works on Oliver, and so they were able to fight on an even playing field. And eventually, Oliver stabs Damien Dark with one of his arrows after taunting him, saying that you could not even kill Slade Wilson, the man who took your mother's life. He said, I have a choice then. And Oliver says, I had a choice then, I don't have a choice now. And he stabs Damien Dark and kills him with an arrow the same way he killed Laurel. And the thing is that it's not the fact that, I didn't see this coming. Like, they made it clear, how the whole season was set up, that Damien Dark was, like, too dangerous to be kept alive. It's the fact that it's, like, at the end of the day, it's just, like, between this and the flashbacks, it just basically says, killing is sometimes the best option. It's, like, it also says that, sometimes it's almost saying, like, yet you can inspire hope, but then you still have to, like, you can't always avoid, fighting fire with fire, like, giving into the darkness in order to fight the darkness. So it's like, it almost like saying, like, it's still going back, it's like the season finale was first trying to say, oh, we're going to make him a more hopeful, inspirational hero, but yet he's still going to be more like he was when he was just had the Arrow persona, kind of. So it's like sending mixed messages, and then it's the fact that the fact that Thea's, like, disgusted with herself for trying to threaten to kill a child just to stop Damien Dark. Diggle's traumatized from killing his brother, who he confessed to Lila that it wasn't self-defense, he did kill him in cold blood, even though Lila forgave him. And Quentin is still, even though he doesn't have his badge anymore, he just feels like hollows from Laurel's death. So all three of them decide to leave town and, go work out their inner pain and inner darkness, with Diggle looking like he's rejoining the military. And I guess Quentin's leaving town with Donna, and Thea just says she wanted to step down from the Speedy persona, because she's just, we just see her, like, basically just sulking. I don't know if she actually leaves town. She just seemed like sulking in her apartment, and because Oliver gets a call from a councilman and saying because he won 48% of the write-in votes because of Rube Dark's dead, that Oliver's sworn in as the interim mayor until a new one's elected, and Felicity seems to be the only one who agrees that she's going to stand by his side and help him fight the defend Star City. And it's kind of ambiguous as to whether or not, like, he's kind of hanging up his Green Arrow persona for the time being while he's in office, or I'm not sure about that. And I don't know if the writers were trying to make it some kind of, like, bookend for, like, the season 3 finale, when last year it was Oliver and Felicity who left town to get away from all this, and now it's like the rest of the team that seems to be doing that. So, and I really like that last scene where it says, like, when she tells Oliver she's gonna stick around and be by his side. Would be more exciting if I didn't become tired of the character like most people have, and instead just kind of filled me with a sense of dread, because I just feel like I've become oversaturated with this character, especially this season, in the same way I've become tired of Malcolm Merlin's character in season 3, or some people are tired of Wolverine being in every X-Men movie, which, by the way, I will have a review for the new one this Friday. Apparently, just as an FYI, I don't. I mean, like I said, it does kind of make me. It's a weird. This finale was a mixed bag. It does feel like gives there is some kind of hope in that like last shot. It does about things gonna be turn around for the better, but then it's like I feel like I've been like tricked before. I feel like after the first 9 episodes of this season, and then the writers kind of going back on their word to make it more lighthearted in tone and be more optimistic. I just feel like I've just been tricked, So I don't know if I'm gonna even. I'm seriously to weigh my pros and cons even going into watching next season. If you don't see videos from me, then I'm not watching it. But I don't know. This has been definitely been better than season 3 for sure. Just because there was some lightheartedness here, but it still was very. And like I said, the first 9 episodes were great, but then it was very uneven. Only like a few episodes here and there, like Roy coming back and Vixen's appearance and Malcolm losing the title of Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins being dissolved. Like I said, it was kind of all over the place, and it just I don't know it. At least I feel like it ended on a high note, unlike last year. But it's still like there are a lot of episodes where you just look back and it just feels like just kind of anchoring. And this episode needs. I mean, this season the writers need to get their shit together for next year, if anything. Less flashbacks, less focus on Felicity and try to make her the Mary Sue and the character shilling and crap like that, and just focus on what make the first 4 episodes of season 4 great. Just continue with that stuff. I don't know why they couldn't do that before. And I think Stephen Amell mentioned, as far as he's concerned, the events of the Flash season 2 finale weren't going to have any effect on the season 5. So I'm assuming that means the Flashpoint stuff is only going to be carried out for maybe like a couple episodes on that show. I mean, assuming you're still interested in watching after this season, I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody for not wanting to. So, I don't know. How do you guys feel about this season? Did you agree with some of the? What are your gripes with it? Do you agree with some of the gripes that I have with it? Will you still be watching next year? Have you been watching at all? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.